Rock&Pop.
Your feelings being here in Chile for the first time?
Our feelings about being here in Santiago in Chile are incredible. I think we're really blown away that we've even got the opportunity to come here, and we've been very excited since we arrived, and we've been very blown away by the hospitality we've received, so it's been wonderful.
It's our first time here, yeah, and we got in yesterday and were able to just cruise around and check out part of the city. Duke actually was in a parade this morning. He had no idea, but he shot all this footage of the parade for, I guess, Columbus Day.
I was just wandering around downtown. There was a Columbus Day parade and all this amazing folk dancing, and the music was incredible. I was blown away by it. I was smiling the whole time. You know, we've tried to come here so many times, and one thing or another, for one reason or another, just never worked out. So, you know, we've been trying to come here for years. So we're delighted to be here.
You know, to be honest, it makes me want to cry. It does, it really does. I mean, you've no idea, I come from a small island, I come from a place called Scotland, and it's this tiny island, and, to come to South America and come here to Chile is such an incredible privilege that almost everybody I know will never get to do in their life. So for us to be here and for people to know our music is really, really overwhelming.
We know we have a lot of fans here. When we started putting some posts on Facebook and Twitter last year, when we started recording Not Your Kind of People, the response was amazing. All over the world, but especially from Chile and everyone in South America. You must come and play here. You must come and play here. And because we released the album on our own label, there's really no agenda from the label other than what we want to do. So one of the first things we told our manager Paul is we want to come to Chile and play. We want to come to South America. We've never been here. We know we have tons and tons of fans here. So we're super excited to be here, and we know that the fans are very enthusiastic. So we think it's going to be a kick-ass show tonight.
Yeah, but we've waited so long that it just doesn't seem like it'll be over in a flash, I'm sure. But yeah, it's a big deal for us. It's kind of crazy. I can't believe, keep pinching ourselves. Can't believe we're here.
This was one of my favorite records to make of all the records we've ever made, because I think somebody else said before that there wasn't any pressure. We just did it for ourselves, and we didn't have a record company to please. It was just we had to please ourselves, and so it went actually pretty fast, and there wasn't a lot of pressure and stress like there had been maybe on some of the other records, and it was just enjoyable, and it was fun. We had some time off and had some time to recollect our thoughts before making it, and it was just a hugely positive experience, I think, for all of us.
It was actually pretty easy. I mean, I think we were all a little bit wondering how it's going to work out, if the chemistry was going to be there, if we still liked each other. But we all arrived in Los Angeles, sat down and had a couple bottles of wine, talked about old times, and sort of caught up. And the next thing you know, we're in the studio recording, and just like we'd never left, really. So it was pretty easy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a rock record. I mean, we like it when people say it reminds them of our first two records, because we enjoyed such an amazing response, worldwide to those two records. So when people say that, it feels really good. I think the new record, Not Your Kind of People, is very different from the first two records, but I think what people have responded to is the intent and the energy behind it. You can feel that we're all invested in the music, and that creates a sort of excitement for us, and so I think that creates excitement in the listener.
Shirley was the spark plug that got us back in the studio. Actually, there was some friends we know lost their son to cancer, and we went to his funeral. It was an unbelievably tragic, really sad time, and Shirley and I afterwards with some other friends talked about it, and Shirley sang a song at the funeral, and we sort of realized how important music is in our lives, and we kind of talked about, we feel like we have unfinished business. We need to get back in the studio, and I think it was really a few days after that you called all the boys, and we figured out a schedule to get in the studio, and I think we were ready to do it. After being gone for 7 years, we were ready to get back together we needed that 7 years off for all of us to clear our brains and to sort of recapture our personal lives. But by the time we actually went in the studio, we were all really excited and jazzed to start writing songs again.
I mean, that's such a big question, because I think you use music for different things and you use different types of music for different things. So before making this record, I went back and I listened to all the old records that had really excited me when I was a kid, because I wanted to connect with that feeling that I had when I first started making music with the band. And so I listened to old Bowie records, old Susie and the Banshees records, Cocteau Twins, The Clash, Jesus and the Mary Chain. But lately we've been listening to, new bands that we've been touring with. So our favourite new band is the Screaming Females, who we just finished touring with in America and North America. And we're sort of madly in love with them right now. So you should check out the Screaming Females.
Boy, the first rock show I ever saw, it's sort of embarrassing to say this because I had the choice. I was really young and I didn't know what was going on, but I had the choice to see either Jimi Hendrix play or Steppenwolf. And I went to see Steppenwolf because they had hits on the radio. I was probably like 12 years old or 13 years old or something like that. And I only got to see one, and unfortunately Jimi Hendrix passed away, not too long after that. But well, I guess the profound lesson is I went to see the band that had the radio hits. Yeah, Born to Be Wild and Magic Carpet Ride. My daughter loves my 6-year-old daughter loves Magic Carpet Ride. So she's got to be somewhat right too, I guess.
We're not playing the Patti Smith cover, although we could. We'll see how the night goes. We definitely have a plan. We want to play songs that everybody loves, and that we've had a lot of requests on Facebook and Twitter from our fans about certain songs they want to hear. So we've tried to make sure they're all on the set list tonight. And we have a new song that we're sort of working up, which, it's an old song, but we've been working it up on this tour. We haven't really played it much. So we'll see how the evening progresses. We'll read the audience, and then if they're up for it, then we might ask them what they want to hear, but we'll see. It depends.
Hi everybody, we're Garbage. I'm Steve.
I'm Butch Vig.
And I'm Shirley.
And I'm Duke. And you're listening to Rock&Pop.
Did that work?
Yeah, man.
Rock&Pop 94.1